Hey, it's Chase, and this is my second video, and that's exciting. I have been on T for 2 weeks, and this morning I gave myself my second injection, and it was fine. I feel really good. I feel very positive, upbeat, feeling lots of energy, which is awesome. I'm not going to focus a lot on the physical stuff that's going on because there are hundreds and thousands of videos, probably all along the side of this video. I'll focus on some of that, but that's not gonna be the real main point of these videos, to be totally honest with you. I am feeling physically, like I said, more energy, I think. I'm feeling like I need to sleep less, which is kind of nice. I work out a little bit. I've never been like a huge, weight lifter or something like that, but I do some weights, usually a few times a week. Just in the last 2 weeks, I've noticed like I'm definitely building muscle mass easier and more quickly, and I'm seeing some definition in my muscles that I've never really seen before. Maybe if I worked really hard at it, I've seen it in the past, but not like this. This is pretty cool to be able to see just so quickly some sort of change like that. I don't know, it's just part of this building of this body that I've always sort of wanted. I'm not talking about like a bodybuilder body, but just like, I don't know, just a more masculine sort of form. And so that's part of that. A really fun side effect, oilier skin. I've definitely had that already. Like, I feel like my face is an oil slick. I'm just gonna be totally honest with you. It kind of grosses me out. Like, the middle of the day at work, I'm like, I just feel like I need a shower right now, which is strange. I've never had skin that was really all that oily. In fact, my skin would typically be kind of dry, I would probably say. So anyway, that's going on. I feel like my hair gets oily, but I think I'm just being really sensitive about it at this point. But I know my skin is oilier, for sure. Haven't really had any like acne issues or anything yet. I'm assuming those are coming. I'm trying to mentally prepare for that. That's kind of cool, though. I mean, just to see changes in general is kind of cool. I made a list of things because I wanted to make sure I talked about a few different things in the video. One of the big things I want to say is thank you for such support, amazing support. I first made this video. I feel like I should make a disclaimer about this chair because it's very squeaky and it sounds like I am making bodily noises that I'm really not. So I just wanted to point that out. When I first made this video, my first video, I posted to YouTube and I really didn't tell anyone. I maybe told a couple friends and that was it. And met up with a friend a couple days later and she asked, she's like, hey, have you posted, did you share the video with folks? And I said, well, yeah, just a few people here and there. She's like, oh, well, are you going to share it on Facebook or something? And I was like, yeah, I guess, probably. And it was sort of the nudge I needed to do it. It's not even that she was pushing me to do it, but it sort of just kind of put the idea there. And I just pulled the trigger that afternoon. And I put a post out on Facebook and just said, hey, I'm putting myself out here. And by posting this video, but I want to share my journey and I want to be real and I want you guys to know what's going on in my life. And I was so overwhelmed by the support, the comments that people wrote, the different positive things people said. People came out to my video and watched my video and here in the video, lots of comments on the first video and just have felt really positive about the response. Gosh, I'm making this video already too long. I can feel it. Okay, so big news, really big news is I scheduled my top surgery. I'm really excited about this. I scheduled my top surgery with Dr. Garamoni and super excited. It's actually quite soon, March 2nd, and I'm just excited and ready to get it done. Somebody said to me, they said, gosh, you're just doing all this so fast. And I'm like, I'm 36 years old and I've been thinking about this stuff for a long time. I mean, I've been talking about top surgery even before I fully owned this, the transgender identity. Even before I really fully owned being trans, I wanted top surgery because I always felt such a disconnect from what was going on up here. And I always knew that I wanted Dr. Garamoni to do my surgery, so it was really great that the timing worked out, and it's a good situation. I'm really excited about that. So that's big news, very big news. I mentioned, just being so grateful and thankful for the support I've had, and I feel like I should mention that probably one of the more enlightening parts of that experience has been that, and I think this applies to lots of different people. It's not just about being trans, it's about being human. But, a lot of times we're afraid and we're scared to share our more vulnerable parts, being honest and real and open about our flaws, our insecurities, our fears, the unknowns. It's a human sort of reaction that we're afraid to share that sort of stuff because, we're made to want to protect ourselves and to guard ourselves because, that's what in the past we've had to do, as evolutionary. But at the same time, realizing that as humans, we really are created for relationships, and we're really created for community and connection. So this sort of, kind of fights against each other, this desire to be open and connected, but also to guard ourselves and protect ourselves. And, as I was thinking about sharing my story and my experience, I was also very aware that I was fearful of that, that there were scary things about putting my story out there and letting everyone see some of my insecurities and fears, and really opening myself up to the fact that, well, what if something happens and I fail? I'm not sure that I, anymore really think about failure as failure. I really have gotten to a place in my life where I feel like experiences, whether they go the way you expect them to go or they don't go the way you expect them to go, are still positive. They still have a place and a purpose in your life, and they take you on a path that you're meant to walk. That's part of my belief system. So I was fearful to put a video out there and to share this part of my story, but what has been so cool is, whereas my fear was that I would share this part of my life and then I would be, faced with backlash or, criticism or just hateful whatever. Instead, what I've been met with has been positive, reinforcing, encouragement, uplifting sort of remarks. That doesn't mean that anyone who puts a video out there talking about being trans or talking about, just anything that makes them vulnerable isn't going to get negative commentary. It's the world that we live in. Unfortunately, there will be negative stuff out there. But the flip side of that coin is, while you may get the negative, you also open yourself up to the positive and the really incredible experience of being loved and supported by the people around you who really do love you and support you. And it gives them an opportunity to love you and support you. So it's really this gift that sort of, exponentially sort of grows. You're getting the gift of receiving the love and support, and they're getting the gift of being able to connect with you and show you that they love you. And that's pretty cool all around. And what's been really neat is that while I did this sort of opening up online, it has really made a difference in my one-on-one sort of real-world interactions with people. I have had so many friends that have reached out to me and just said, hey, want to hang out? Let's go get a beer, get a coffee, come over for dinner. Really real conversations. I've had more just honest conversations with friends that are just really powerful and meaningful. And so it's pretty cool to see how this sort of online venue has also just opened up some really meaningful interactions with people that I actually interact with every day here in the real world. The other big thing I have going, and this is sort of along the same lines as really just opening myself up to support and being so aware of the community that I have around me, I decided I'm gonna have a party. I'm gonna get some folks together downtown. We're gonna go out to a place here in town. Have a friend that DJs there on Thursday nights, and I've invited a bunch of folks because I want to celebrate, not myself. This is what I put in the invitation. I don't want to celebrate me. I mean, me going on whatever. That's run-of-the-mill. Well, it's not run-of-the-mill, but you know what I mean. It's like, you know, people do this every day. It's not something that we necessarily need to celebrate for me. But what I want to celebrate, I want to celebrate the friends and the family and the support I have around me right now. I just think the community that I have, the connections that I have with people, the real relationships I have with people it's just so beautiful. And I want to be able to celebrate these people and say, hey, without you, I couldn't necessarily be where I am today. Because you've helped create this environment, this space that felt safe for me to be able to continue down the way in this journey. It wasn't necessarily something I thought I could do, you know, even a year ago. I wasn't sure that I could do this. So I really am, again, just grateful for those friends that I'm able to have. And I want to celebrate that. And so I'm also going to use it to be just a little fundraiser for Trans Love Fund. It's amazing. It's an amazing local charity. I should say regional. They work in our state in South Carolina. They work to raise money to finance transition expenses for folks who don't have the funds to do that, and that's a really important work. There are a lot of trans folks out there that don't have the means, don't have the resources to be able to transition. Some of them because they don't have family support. Some of them because, you know, in so many cases, more often than not, insurance does not cover anything related to transition expenses. So that can get really expensive really fast. So Trans Love Fund does really cool things, and some of my favorite people are involved, started that organization, are involved with that organization, and I want to raise some money for them because, you know what, I am able to walk this path, and I do have the means to do that at this time, but, you know, I want to be able to help and give back to others as well. So if you're in the area, you know where I live, you know me, and you'd like to come out to that party, then you probably know how to get in touch with me, and feel free to do so, and I'd be happy to give you the information. I'm not going to put that out here on YouTube, though. That'd be kind of creepy. So I'm in a really good place. This has become the longest video of all time. All right, I'm very aware that this has sort of turned into this, like, existential something, and that's not, hopefully, what every video will be like, but, yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, and leave some comments, and I'll talk to you later.